is not a bad person.
I ain't saying he's a bad person.
He's a bad
I'm not saying he's a bad person
There's
either.
nothing to do about him as a person.
But I wouldn't let the Grand Wizard give my children a history lesson.
How does the vaccine affect you long term? Long-term side effects of that vaccine are very, very rare.
I listen to spiritual show.
Dave
I got a certain viewpoint about that. Whoa, what's the question?
Dave Chappelle.
Of course. Just, oh my.
I have loved ones and friends and family who are like part of the queer community, and I have friends who are trans, and talking to them about like the last couple specials and just sort of like his comments in general about trans people, it has kind of rubbed me the wrong way, which is like, it sucks because I really did love Chappelle's show. I loved a lot of his stand-up specials, but like over the years, it's just like, okay, well now I'm seeing it through a different lens because other people are bringing things to light that I probably wasn't thinking about when I watched it.
I'm a big Dave Chappelle. I love comedy. He was trying to navigate a very, very narrow channel. And I think he did it quite well. I mean, because he's a comedian.
Dave Chappelle's
they're there
as
to
shit.
push the boundaries of funny.
That
and
man,
at the same time,
he
what
got
you're
it. I
saying,
ain't
you
gonna
gotta
lie,
be
he got
careful.
it.
I agree with you on that. But after hearing Chappelle explain, you just saw when he was on stage after he did the closer. He
came back.
Yeah, after hearing, I don't think he had any malice in his heart.
I think we
Look at
need to
Dave
learn
Chappelle,
how
man.
to not apologize for people because of their historical importance. Just because I love the Chappelle show doesn't mean I'm gonna stand up for the closer. Like, it's not always just a joke, because it might be just a joke to you. It's not just a joke to that person who just got murdered.
Whoa.
Black people are more homophobic than other races.
That's some facts. That's some facts. But we gonna let it be. We just gonna let it be. I'm not gonna speak too much on it, but some facts. It's just how they are.
So I'm gonna say this: I'm an avid golfer, right? So
Disagree?
A lot of my friends who I play golf with,
Somewhat disagree.
they say some stuff too when it comes to it. So that's why I was like, I gotta come
Nah,
with
bro,
somewhat
y'all is
disagree.
not truthful.
But you know, I only can speak from our community. We are a little rough on the LGBTQ community.
Fact.
Why do you guys think this prompt was asked?
Because there's a lot of rappers who say homophobic stuff all the time.
Yeah, in the black church, I think
Not
religion
only
is
that.
a big part of
Solomonati got on Aiden's case heavy.
But it's not just the black church.
America would be better off if only black people voted.
Disagree. Strongly
I
disagree.
think our votes would pretty much
Favor.
reflect what would be good for the outcome of America.
Even for the LGBTQ community.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe so.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just asking things that are just within our own community that we don't all agree on.
That's a good question. I think
I love the
the majority
cap,
of
though.
us
Immaculate
actually
cap.
for equal rights. Black people know what it's like to be discriminated against.
I think anytime you have a homogenous group that's making decisions, you're inevitably going to have problems. So, like, I think it might start off with this idealist, way of like, yes, let's vote for things that are going to make everybody happy, but eventually, like, power just corrupts people. So, if we're the only ones voting, we're going to start to do stuff that advantages us, especially given our history here.
That's what I just said.
Black people can be racist.
Type of question. Oh my god, he's saying black.
I think somebody told me about how like racism exists within this space of power, and like you have to look at it in terms of racism comes from having the power for your ideals to actually cause harm to other people or disadvantage other people. Most of the time, a racist black person doesn't have enough power to harm somebody that they're racist against.
Are you saying there are black people who can hire and fire people?
No.
Well, I hire and fire people all the time.
What's power to you then?
Racism is a specific type of prejudice. That everyone can be prejudiced.
Can a Chinese person be racist?
In China, yes.
How about here?
In America, I think in America, it's a predominantly white ran society. So I think as a racial oppression system,
a Chinese person cannot be racist to black people in the United States.
I think they can be prejudiced to black people. I think they can influence individual black people. But let me say this: I look at racism as a system.
I think context matters in this situation here. So, when you look at it like this, when you just break, can a black person be racist? Yes. Can a black person be racist in America? don't really know. Think about it. How does a black person being racist in America benefits a black person?
That's my point.
Think about it. How, if I want to be racist in America, how can I get ahead as being, I'm gonna set out to be a black racist?
But getting ahead isn't the criteria to be racist.
But racism, that's where it starts at, though, bro. Like, it's like one of the main engines.
So, all right, so we're going to use different words. What you're basically saying is that in order to be racist, you could only be white in the United States.
I'm just saying the impact is bigger. So the judgment around what it is, none of it's right, but the impact is widely different.
The U.S. should pay black people reparations. The U.S. should pay black people reparations. Three,
Wait.
2, 1, go.
I will say though, it's not just black people. U.S. owes a lot of people money.
The U.S. doesn't exist without black help, African Americans.
That's tough. That's tough. Culture. February. Type shit. Black History
I'd
Month,
like to
man.
correct it though. I think something should be done for the descendants of slaves.
Even better.
That's why I was like,
I
I want
took it
them to
as
speak
black
more.
Americans. I took it as black Americans.
No.
Because I feel like my family just got here in the 70s. So, like, do I feel like I deserve what a person deserves whose family has
don't.
literally experienced slavery? No.
Well, the question you asked was a good question.
Yeah.
Do you deserve? I think yes. But how much do you deserve in comparison to others with longer history here? That's the next question.
Why does a recent immigrant from Africa that came maybe 10
Because
years
they have
ago
to deal
deserve
with
money?
there is systemic oppression still happening today. So they're still impacted. It may not be the same degree, but they're still impacted. And reparation for me doesn't mean here's $5 or here's $1 million, one individual black person. It means what are we doing to repair the community that we have disenfranchised in our society? That's all it means to me.
Yeah. I mean, anyways, I think reparations, the term to me is people look at it as like getting
It's
a
my
check.
German Shepherd.
I
And,
don't-
and a check needs to be cut. don't make no mistake about that. A check needs to be
Bro.
cut because the wealth of this country was stolen.
Damn!
And don't think just because you
Little
from Africa,
bitch.
you don't deserve none of that either. Because they did a number on Africans as well.
Police target black men and women. 3, 2,
You're gonna be a menace.
go.
Damn, I missed that question.
1, go. Men and women. 3,
Wait.
2. Police target black men and women.
Let me get a fax in the chat.
1, go.
Hold up. You know this is true. The comments, let me get a fax. RP Breonna Taylor, man.
You know, I
Get
like
shoot.
law and order. I like safety. And I do think for the
This
most
thing
part,
is only 1 year
a lot of the
old, bro.
police throughout the country.
This thing's only
do it to
1
serve
year
their
old.
But you know, the last 2 years has really showed me that, like, you know, we have a lot of problems, and it's not. You know, it was emotional for me as well, especially after you know, the George Floyd incident. But that wasn't even the only one. There's so many, and it got to the point where, you know, I started to really ask myself, like, is this, you know, how can you get law and order and safety?
RP George Floyd, man.
And still
That
respect
was
police,
wild.
but at the same time, like, fight for change. And it's hard. I mean, I don't know what to do. I don't think any of us really have the solution.
It was created to monitor the minority in the group. Back in the day, it was the Irish, it was Italians, and so it's ingrained into the system of policing. And that's the problem. I think we have to reframe what policing is now. And until we do that, it will always be targeting people of color because that's what it was created to do. It's one of those things for me, like the phrasing of it is police, and that's a big term, right? That means it's not an individual person we're talking about an institution, we're talking about all the people within that institution. The system, the institution is protecting the individuals who have targeted people of color, and we see them doing that because the ones that get caught in media, it's not the first infraction. So that means there were individuals who were aware of what happened, either being a partner in the car with them or on the streets with them, or a supervisor or whoever it may be, who allowed them to go back on the street in the same manner that they.
All I gotta say is, you and your black friend, defend them, bro. This police be wild and like speak up for what's right type shit. Don't let this racist ass country, bro, just like take over what you know is right and what's wrong. It's like life's too short for that shit. Let's keep positive though.
They were before and continue doing the same thing.
And the institution makes money from the targeting of black people.
Hey guys, Operator Drewski here. Today I'm here to tell you that one of my favorite shooters, Squad, is now available on Steam and
Because he was barking during my video.
If the police don't arrest people, prison get no custody.
You gotta look at the prison.
I know, I'm gonna deal with them.
Too, in the U.S., that's huge business. So, and if you look at a group of citizens that have been perceived as no value having to society or whatever, okay, boom, we're gonna push them, we're gonna pipeline them into that system.
But also, you have to remember that like almost 20% of murders is us, and like we're the victims of a lot of crime, right? And so we're also the beneficiaries of some of the protections that do happen. And so it hurts us to have like no type of protection or safety as well.
We're not saying abolish all forms of protection, right? We're saying we need to reframe what that protection looks like so that we can feel safe. Because we don't, even though people say the statistics are saying we're safer on the statistics, but really does the community feel safer?
What did you all think about Derek Chauvin's guilty verdict?
I feel like it's still performative in some ways. Like, cool, all right, there's that verdict. There's still probably going to be a video tomorrow of somebody else. So it doesn't feel like it moves the needle very much when it's just one very high-profile case. Something needs to change.
Look at this black queen, man. Look at this black queen speaking some
to actually
facts.
protect us. And I do want to say that you said something about like we're the ones who do the most crime or something like that.
That's
or
we're
was it-
victims.
Look at this
we're the
black
most victims.
queen,
Yeah,
bro.
and it's like, why are we victims all the time? Why are there being guns put into our communities at higher levels? Why are we getting sentenced for certain offenses more heavily than other races? Like there's
The prison need customers.
exactly, and it's customers too. It's not just
Damn, the way he
You're
worded that
saying that
though.
you're saying that we're victims. We're getting killed and robbed and hurt in our we're getting hurt.
Why?
Not because that I think
But
that
why
has
are
nothing
we?
to do with the prison.
No, it does. There's research that says impoverished communities have more crime. It's not because they enjoy crime more. It's because they're impoverished. It's because they need money. They need to survive. And so there's a cycle
economic
that leads. There's a cycle of prison, which means the less educated